Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be doing another large project. This time it's going to be a Summerween party decoration video. Every month my friends and I put on a little VHS night, and I thought that this year to do it on Friday the 13th, which is also conveniently my birthday, so I thought I should go a little extra and create some decorations that I can set up in Ray's garage. So for this month's VHS night, the films chosen were Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Friday the 13th, obviously, Five Nights at Freddy's, and Carrie. So if you don't know what Summerween is, it was popularized by Gravity Falls on June 22nd. It is Summerween, which is a combination of Halloween during the summer.
Summer what?
Summerween! The people of this town love Halloween so much they celebrate it twice a year.
Summerween? Something about this feels unnatural.
And the most popular iconography for Summerween is the jack-o'-melon, so I'm gonna of course have a lot of that at the party. So here's the vision. My plan is to have some walls on the sides made to look like the Five Nights at Freddy's office, because not only do I love Five Nights at Freddy's, but also the newest game, Secret of the Mimic, releases on that day, so I thought it was very fitting to make it subtly FNAF themed. Lastly, I wanted to have kind of like a blanket area at the front and then chairs in the back, so it's like a summer movie night. Now initially I wanted to make wood walls for the sides and then just paint them, but I don't know how to make that. So I came across these giant office walls meant to like divide office spaces, and I thought they were perfect. They're pretty inexpensive and they were on Amazon. I of course got them in gray to also save time painting the background. For the screen, my plan is to use a projector. I initially found it at the thrift store, but it didn't come with a remote and it was basically useless without it. So I ended up trading it in for some white curtains to hang up at the front. And then I ended up just getting a cheap projector on Amazon. Now for the decorations, the plan is to create a faux jack-o'-melon, make some FNAF themed decor like the paper pals and the drawings. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get started. So I first started off with the jack-o'-melon. I got this circle pattern on Etsy and cut it out of some cardboard. I then bent the cardboard and curved it. And then glued all the pieces together. I also used wire for the stem. Once they were all glued together, I drew out my design and cut it out. And here's how it looks in its cardboard form. I then covered it in paper mache, which is just newspapers dipped in water and flour. That really gives it the vintage Halloween look, as a lot of decor and costumes were made out of paper mache back then. It also makes the cardboard a lot more sturdier. Once that was dry, I spray painted it black. And then painted it a nice melon green color. Once the base coat was dry, I dry brushed it with a yellower green color to highlight the edges. Can't really see it much on camera, but it is there. And then I went in with a darker green and did the watermelon stripes. Then I highlighted the edges of the cutouts with white. To add some light, I cut out a hole at the bottom and stuck in a little fake pumpkin light. And I covered the holes with some red tissue paper. And now the jack-o'-melon is done. Next are the Five Nights at Freddy's decor. Thank you so much to Pez and Paloma for coming over and helping me out create everything. It ironically took 6 hours, which is the shift at Five Nights at Freddy's. So first off, Pez ironed out the backdrops because they were all wrinkled from the packaging. Off camera, we taped off where we were planning on adding the black and spray painted it with the rest of the black spray paint. For the white checkered pattern, we used white duct tape and just cut out pieces and taped it onto the fabric. And then we cleaned everything up with the red duct tape on the top and the bottom. And here's how it looks. We just repeated that 2 more times. While we were waiting for paint to dry, we started working on the paper pals and the FNAF drawings. Paper pals was just made out of some paper plates and some construction paper and markers and paint markers. Lastly is the food. So for the cake, I really wanted to go with a 90s, 2000s Halloween cake. Now, I'm really bad at dyeing the frosting, so it didn't really come out exactly like all the reference pictures I looked at, but I baked a chocolate cake and covered it with orange frosting. And then framed it with some purple frosting. I then added these orange M&Ms to act as little pumpkins.
The moon haunts you. The moon haunts you.
also cut out some pumpkin faces on cheese, and our friends grilled up some burgers. For the drinks, I got these blood bags from Amazon and filled it with some red dyed boysenberry lemonade and watermelon juice. And lastly, I found these watermelon cookies at Walmart and I thought they were perfect, so I just added some pumpkin faces with some black frosting. And with everything made and set up, let's get to the party. Of course, you can't have a Summerween party without carving some jack-o'-melons. The projector didn't end up working. It was very cheap and you need to be really far back for it to show up on the screen. Additionally, no matter how much I ironed it, there were always some wrinkles and some stains on the curtains. So we just set up the big TV on the table and connected the player to it. And I think everything still worked out. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!